Hello everyone and welcome back to WSO2 API Manager series. In this video, we will get information about API products, the core concept and how to use the same. Quick agenda about today's session. What is an API product? How to create the same? Sample use cases followed by key advantages and a demo. So what is an API product? An API product is a logical grouping of one or more APIs, typically designed to offer a specific business capability or the functionality. It allows publishers to package the APIs and expose them as a single entity for end customer consumption. It simplifies API subscription and enhances the overall developer experience. So consider a scenario. We have an order management API consists of four different resources. Customer management API again consists of four different resources. However, there is a new requirement to get a subset of these two APIs. So, for example, let's say our API is a food delivery API. Okay, so food delivery it's a partner API which requires the order information from order API, and the customer management API provides these two resources. So, an API product will be created to achieve the same without need of creating a new API and adding the same set of resources again. So here will be the final design, how it will be created. So from order management API, we'll pick up two different resources as required, like get orders and get orders by ID, while the customer management API will give the customer ID, uh, that is customer getting by ID and updating the customer by ID. So how to create the API product? So API product can be created by the API developer with uh, typically by logging to the publisher portal. So API developer logins to the publisher portal with relevant rights and it navigates to API products. Then there is an option to create an API product. This screen will appear a set of different resources which is available for creating the API product out of available APIs and different resources. So we select the API, we select the resources and then go to the next screen. It will provide us the subscription policies that we have to apply to this API, and then we'll publish the API product. Finally, once we publish this API product, it will be available in the developer portal for final consumption. We'll see each and everything in the demonstration as well. So if we talk about some of the sample use cases like e-commerce, bundle APIs for product catalog, payment gateway and order tracking. If we talk about banking domain, we can group the APIs for the account management, transactions and fraud detection. Travel is another great example where we combine APIs for flight booking, hotel reservations and customer support. And last but not the least, the healthcare API where we package API for different patient records, appointment scheduling and billing. So both are, all the different categories uh, contains a list of APIs and n number of resources. However, we can create a custom API product with relevant set of API resources to create the same. If we talk about the key advantages, then ease of subscription, like developers can subscribe to multiple APIs at once, to particularly to the specific resources. Better organization, that is, it helps grouping of the APIs logically based upon the business requirements. Enhance monetization, it allows flexible subscription policies or the plans for the grouped APIs. For example, one set of API has 10 resources, 20, 30, but a customer wants a specific set of resources, so customer will pay only for that. Streamed access control, that means it simplifies the policy and the rate limiting restrictions for the grouped API. So without waiting too much time, let's begin the demo. Okay, so we will be starting the demo. Uh, let's go back and see what we are going to achieve in our demo. So we'll see the order management API, customer management API, and we'll create the product. Okay, so let's log into API Manager. So as you can see, we have a lot of APIs. So first we have this customer management API and order management API. So we'll see both of the APIs one by one. So we just first we'll see the existing functionality of these APIs. So quickly take a walkthrough of the resources. For example, uh, this customer management API has 4 resources. Similarly, if we go to orders management API, again it has 4 resources. Okay, let's try out the existing functionality of the APIs. Okay, so let's navigate to the developer portal. In orders management API, it has been subscribed to this application. Quickly we'll see generate the test key. Okay, so since we are going to use this orders resources, oops, okay, a test key has been generated. Go to orders resource, try out, execute. Okay, so we can see there are the response has came actually using this curl request order ID 1 2 3. Okay, so the next resource is order by ID. So let's take the first order ID over here, execute. Cool. So this both of the resources are working. Let's go back to our orders management API. Okay, so we have covered orders management API. Let's go to customers management API to try out, generate the test key. Since we are supposed to use this get method, so this is the customer ID which we have to respective backend service. So the response is coming. Next we have to update this customer. Okay, click on try out condition, give New Delhi, execute. Cool, status 200, record updated. So we are good in terms of our API's functionality. Let's go back to API Manager homepage, go to API products, create a new product. It's a food delivery partner API. We give as a food as a resource. Call next. Now this screen will help you to understand what all resources we need from existing APIs. So from customer management API, we take this customer by ID and updating the customer, add selected. So these 2 resources has been picked up. Next, orders management API, we get all the orders and order by ID, add selected, create. So this API has been created. Subscription plans is optional. As of now, we'll go with unlimited, but you can change as per your requirement. If you go to basic information, we can add the basic info like what is this API product is all about. Like this is for the food delivery partner API product. Save it. Okay, so whatever we add, it gets saved here. So we can define the publisher access control as well. So this should be in a public. We can restrict it by rules. Let's say we can internal subscriber rule. Sorry, it's internal subscriber. Okay, we can add additional details which are optional for this screen. Other important things which we need to look into it are like the application security. We'll take it over to as application security. If we go to API resources, then we can see that whatever resources which we have selected from those specific APIs, they are available here. It's 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is what we need actually. Let's go to deployments and create our first deployment. Cool, our deployment has been created. We'll go to the lifecycle tab and we'll publish this. So that's easy it is to create a new API product. Let's go to the developer portal and try out this our food delivery partner API. So what we do, for example, this is our food delivery partner API. We create a new application, food delivery partner 001. Okay, we'll keep it as unlimited for the moment. We'll save it, go to API subscriptions, we'll subscribe to API, just search for the food delivery partner API, we subscribe to this. Cool. So let's generate the production keys. So as of now we'll go with the resident key manager. Perfect. So keys are generated. Let's go back to the subscriptions and we'll try out this API as per the subscription available using the partner one. Let's try out. Okay, so for partner one we'll be testing out on the production keys. Okay, so now we can see we have 4 different resources available. Let's try out. Perfect. So we can see that we have this API with food orders. Okay, let's go to next API, which is order/id. So we'll give key01. Perfect. So for order ID 1 it's working. Let's go to customer ID, customer by ID, execute this. Now we are getting the proper response. Now the final resource where we are supposed to update the address. One, let's say we give address as a Noida and execute. Cool. So we have successfully tested the API product with all the 4 different resources which we have created. So this shows basically the power of API product using the specific features and the key advantages as we have discussed. So thank you very much. So thank you very much for your time and stay tuned for my upcoming hands-on lab exercise on WSO2 API Manager. You can refer to my blog links and useful contents on official WSO2 API Manager documentation. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos and hit the bell icon to get the latest notifications of my videos.